Yo, what is good, everybody? It is me. It is Steve Mosley. This is actually episode number 10 of the Steve Mosley Show. We have finally hit that milestone after a short hiatus, but today is a little bit different. Today, I told y'all that eventually I was going to get a co host on the show, and we got him. My man's AP is on the show. AP, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man.
What's good? AP, I'm chilling, I'm cool, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's episode number 10. I couldn't, after a while, y'all, I couldn't do it alone no more. It's just too much to do alone. So I got me a co-host on here. This will be the first episode. And let me know how y'all feeling AP, man. If y'all ain't feeling him, let me know. You know what I'm saying? If y'all feeling
Hey,
AP,
bro,
if you feeling him,
let me know.
let me know
Let me
too.
know.
So we go dive right into the first things first, man. Donda. You know what I'm saying? Ye did not drop Donda. Are we surprised as Ye fans? Hell no. Real Ye fans knew once we heard the album that it was unfinished and that it was not coming. I think my biggest frustration is why rent a stadium to play an unfinished album just because you can. Like, just because you can rent a stadium to play a bunch of mumble and unfinished music, why would you? I don't know, man. What do you think about it?
I like the idea, the concept. You make take quick cheese real quick, make some money real quick for the album. I just don't. I mean, he sold out in what 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days.
In 2 days, he sold out 70,000 in 2 days. That's crazy. Um, I mean, listen to the album. It was fine. I got excited with the features. Whole lot of
Mhm.
great features. I'm excited to hear. But you're right, it was an unfinished project. You can kind of hear it's unfinished. Like even his verses were some of the worst on the whole tape.
Yeah. Like there were some songs on there that have been worked on for 2, 3 years. Hurricane is actually like a very popular leak amongst the Kanye community. Hurricane was supposed to be on Yandi in 2018. Like that's how long Hurricane has been worked on. So if people wonder how long does Kanye work on music, that song is from October of 2018. Um, and I was very disappointed when I heard Hurricane. So Hurricane is a song with Little Baby. Um, And when I heard that, I was like, what the hell? Like that was the biggest letdown of the album was Hurricane. In these past few days, I've had time to listen to every single track over and over and over again. And I see so much potential. Like I see so much like if done right, this could be like dark twisted fantasy level. If done right. Like all the features, all the great beats, this could be dark twisted fantasy level. Now, there are tracks that he played in Las Vegas that he didn't play in Atlanta that I think should make the track list as well. There's a track that there was that snippet on Twitter with like Tyler and Ye. That track's called "Come to Life," and he played that in Vegas, didn't play that in Atlanta, so I'm not sure why. Um, I really want the song with Jay to make the track list though. Like that right there. I remember we all went crazy for the J track. Like the J
It
track
was
just
nuts. It was
like
nuts.
like nobody, and it was funny because whenever my friends be like, "What do you expect on the Ye album?" and I just laugh. I'm like, "Oh, a J verse," but because we never thought they would reconcile their differences ever again. And I don't know. I never thought I'd live to see another Throne song for real. Was I think the last time we got a Throne song was Pop Style, right?
Yeah, and
Before
that pop star.
before Drake took Jay verse off and the whole beef with Jay and Drake started. And yeah, that was the last time we golly. And Pop Style was like
Like 15,
2015,
16,
16, late 2015, early 16, when Drake started to go into views. But
and then
e-
Meek had the beef, and like Jay was like, "I rock with Meek" instead of
wow, man,
yeah.
that feels like it's yesterday. We talking about 2016. Golly. Wow, that was an era. That was an era. Like people, I don't think I think people kind of look upon 2016 because that was like one of the last years that we were kids, or not with any responsibilities. But 2016 for music was just unfair. Like it's unfair to compare any other year to 2016 for music. Like the hype around every release that year was insane. Like Views and Pablo and Coloring Book and I forgot I'm forgetting one. Uh
Didn't Didn't Kendrick drop in 2016?
Did Kendrick drop in 2017? I think it's 2017 when Kendrick
It
dropped.
was 2017. Okay,
I
for
think
sure.
Dan was 2017.
Then
And
what-
then for like
Oh,
the, I think Frank dropped. Frank dropped for the first time in years in 2016.
Blonde dropped in
Like
2016 for
Blonde,
sure.
actually Blonde and
And,
Endless dropped. And
Endless
Endless.
better than Blonde. I'm not arguing with nobody.
No,
Endless
no,
is better than
no. Listen,
Blonde.
you're right. You're 100% right. Endless is actually one of only two, three albums I bought on CD. Literally, Endless is one. It's like one of, and the only reason I bought Endless on CD is because the tracks were split and they were like full quality. Like the Endless video is not full quality. The Endless video is like low quality, and that's a story I can tell like another time on the podcast why he did it that way. But Endless itself, like with the track split, is incredible. That's why I bought the CD and everything. But moving back to Donda, apparently he's doing another listening party next week in Mercedes Benz. He's actually sleeping in Mercedes Benz Superdome right now. Like the whole team is sleeping. The only dude that's not there is Mike Dean. Like,
He just posted a picture not too long ago
yeah, on
of his
Instagram.
dorm, of his little dorm room
Yes.
as he's staying in. It's crazy.
But to me, I love it because he's not focused on nothing else but the music. Like it's just 110% music.
And we haven't seen that version of Ye since Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah,
Like when
and
he's like focused.
the Leafiest London says something on Instagram, which is very interesting to me. If you guys know what the Leafiest London is, he's the like the one feature on All Day. If y'all remember All Day back in like 2015, and he worked on Pablo. He said he was like, man, he was like, because fans were complaining about lyrics and stuff, and Leafy was like, hey man, y'all gotta understand. At one point in time, Kanye wanted to be the best rapper in the game, and eventually around like Swagger Like Us and Forever, he kind of became the best rapper in the game for a minute. And he doesn't want. He's like he doesn't want to be the best rapper anymore. He wants to be the best designer. So music is like a second passion to him. And when he said that, I was like, damn, I got to think about that because it's like that's so true. You like yeah, if you see Ye, his second passion, like music is on the back burner to him now. Like music is just he's done everything that he's needed to do in music. There's nothing left there for him. It's like almost like Jay-Z. You see Jay-Z, you're never thinking albums about Jay-Z. You think about damn, the nigga got so much money. Like damn, that nigga he making moves or all you ever seen in the news is what Jay has done business wise, but Jay don't do nothing music wise no more. You feel me? It's like all these dudes that we grew up on, they not owning music no more. They own like a business type thing now. So it's just crazy to see to me. But he's in, like I said, y'all, he's in Mercedes Benz Superdome, sleeping, literally sleeping. Like he ordered beds and everything. The whole team is there. It's so funny because everyone was on Twitter like he's holding Mike. If y'all first of all, if y'all know who Mike Dean is, y'all better learn who Mike Dean is.
You need to know who Mike Dean is.
You
Mike
need
Dean
to
is
know
important.
Mike Dean is that guy. You want to know why Travis's outros are so trippy? It's Mr. Mike Dean right there. Like Mike Dean has been Kanye's mixer since College Dropout. The only album that he didn't mix was Dark Twisted Fantasy. And I can hear it because Dark Twisted Fantasy is kind of bad quality sound to me. Like if that makes sense. Like the music is great, but the sound like in headphones does not sound as great as other Kanye albums. Um but Mike Dean is that he does mix it. He literally does everyone. Everyone wants Mike Dean to mix their album now. Like he's that dude.
He's
Yeah,
crazy,
he's
bro.
definitely that dude. And oh yeah, he's white. If y'all didn't know, like he's a straight up white
He's a
dude.
he's an old white dude at that.
He's
An old
definitely an
white.
old white dude that's like I think Mike Dean's like 40, 50 now. Like dude is old as hell, but he's that dude. He's that dude. So yeah, just wrapping this part of the show up. Ye's in Mercedes Benz Superdome. Like they literally changed their name on Twitter to Donda Studio Mercedes Benz Superdome on Twitter today. Like it is literally that serious. Apparently, there's a listening party next week. I have hope. Um, I feel like he's had 2 weeks to work on it, to finish it, to add verses. Like there's songs like the one with Dirk. He didn't even have a song on that. The song with, I mean, a verse on that. A song with Travis and Baby Keem. He had a verse on that either. And there was a bunch of verses that he could fix. I don't know. Do you think we're getting Donda on August 6th, or do you think he's delaying it again?
If it's typical Ye fashion, we got one more delay. We got one more. It's
Okay.
usually two delays, and then we go straight to the album. But hopefully, he pull like a Life of Pablo, and he just drop it and then fix it later, so at least we can hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I think he drops it August 6th.
I'm gonna say he drops August 6th.
He drops August 6th. I think
Do
he
you think he's
does.
going to include songs from Vegas, or he's gonna just like do all the songs from Atlanta?
I'm thinking he takes the best of both. So I think he takes okay. So here's the songs from Atlanta I want to see. Well, 24 slash We Gonna Be Okay was a Vegas and an Atlanta song. 24 was on the track list last year. Like 24 has been worked on for a while. So I think 24 makes it. 24 makes it. I want to see that song with Cardi make it. That song, Junior, what's your number on my like that song is I want that song on there. The song with Pusha and Tony Williams, South Carolina. I want that one on the track list. The Jay-Z track, the Roddy track. Oh,
The Roddy track went nuts. Oh my god.
day. That track was insane. I want Hurricane, but I want him to fix his Hurricane verse. Like when he came on, like I'm like, nah, yeah, that's not your best, bro. Um, Here, let me see. Let me look at the track list before I miss like I miss anything. Um, Praise God with Travis and Baby Keem was definitely a banger that I would put. Oh, the song Moon with Don Tolliver, you know what I'm talking about? It comes right after
Yeah, bro.
Hurricane.
No, no. Don
That
Toliver skated
that
for
right
sure.
there. Honestly, you could just because it sounds just like Hurricane. You could put that like as an outro to Hurricane. Like it doesn't have to be a separate song. It could just be like the outro to Hurricane. Like attach that to Hurricane. Um, the song with Vori and Lil Durk as well. He needs a verse on that, but that was great to hear. I know God breathed on this. I know that's definitely gonna make the final track list. And the song with Jay-Z, Jail. So, um, but talk about Vegas. Keep My Spirit Alive featuring KC and Griselda. Come to Life, the track produced by Tyler. And there was a track called Life of the Party that he did in Vegas as well that I would like to see him play. So I don't know, man. What would you like? What would you like to see out of the final version of Donda?
My version of Don, I need a Griselda track. I need the
Mm-hmm,
Griselda track. I need to see what they do on a Kanye produced beat.
mm-hmm.
That's important for their career. Obviously, the Tyler. I need a verse on that. I need a Tyler verse on that.
Yeah.
I can't just it can't just be produced by Tyler. I need a Tyler verse. Roddy Rich one gotta be on there.
Yeah.
Rich gotta be on there.
Pure
That song was
Souls.
crazy. I need to hear Don Toliver. The song I'm really not too pressed about was the Dirk one because I didn't get it. I didn't really get like a verse on that. That really like it wasn't really that cool for real.
Yeah, it's like for some reason I feel like that's why like when I heard that he didn't have a verse on that, I'm like it's unfinished because why wouldn't he have a verse on the song? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
like
Don Toliver
that.
track is different because that's like a interlude type thing where he's not
Right.
needed. But yeah, I'm like yeah,
That's why that one works. That one works for sure though.
mm-hmm,
The Playboy Cardi song has to make it strictly because he needs play. He needs like play for real. Like you know how
mm-hmm,
Cardi fans get. They
mm-hmm.
get crazy. Anything Cardi on, they just listen. So you got to get that on there. But I really only need like 11 songs at most. But that Jay Z song got to cap it off though.
You know what? I used to say the same thing, but after a 7 song album and then an 11 song 28-minute album, I need like a 16 song 45 to 50 minute album from Ye. Like I do.
You need 16.
Yeah, I need 14 to 16. I need 14. I need Pablo length. I do. I feel like
Pablo got 19 though.
but I'm not counting the skits on Pablo.
For sure, for sure.
So like Freestyle 4 and like Silver Surfer intermissions, I'm not counting stuff like that. But you know, and he like separated Wolves and like the Frank Ocean outro made that Frank's track. So I'm not really counting like the added tracks to Pablo. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure.
But it's like the album that he played then was like 15 songs. Atlanta was like 15 songs. That was a great length to me. So I don't know, y'all. We'll see what we get. Last episode, I was so hyped about Donda, and now I'm sitting here like I don't know if we're gonna get it. So if you want to know, it's like being a Kanye West fan, it's different every day. I promise you
Or a
that.
Travis Scott fan, bro.
Oh,
They them
well,
two don't ever drop ever.
Travis is more. I'm gonna drop this day, and he drops. Kanye's like, I'm gonna drop this day, and I drop next year. So, I Travis fans, y'all eat every 2 years. Realistically, 3 years. Tyler fans eat every 2 years exactly. Only fans that haven't ate are Rihanna fans, Kendrick fans, and Frank fans in a very long
Facts.
time. Frank's been 5 years now, and so is Rihanna. So, if Kendrick is 4 now, so but next topic, y'all, the Olympics. USA is getting their ass whooped all over the board. Like, I'm talking swimming, I'm talking tennis, I'm talking triathlon, and we talking basketball, bro. AP, man, what do you think about what's going on so far?
So I don't know what team USA basketball got going on, but fire whoever in charge. Uh, they need to call Bugs Bunny, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, KD, LeBron, all of them. They need to be there right now. Get Melo off wherever he at. Get the hooping because they ain't beat nobody. Ain't no way you lost to a team with Evan Fournier being your star,
They lost to Rudy Gobert, bro.
bro. That's pathetic,
They lost to Rudy Gobert, the most hated man in the NBA. They lost to Rudy Gobert.
bro. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable when you have KD on your team.
Okay, but my question is, I've asked people, do you think with KD being leader of this team, does that mean KD is not who we think he is?
I'm KD never been a leader for me. KD has never been a leader.
Mm-hmm.
So that don't
Yeah,
surprise me. But they got a Draymond. I think Draymond's a solid leader.
but Draymond's like he's not the like they need a guy that's a leader, and he go lead by example. KD don't lead by example. Like he don't. He's not a leader, and he don't lead by example. He don't like he shuts down, and when he shut down, nobody else on that team is capable of. I don't know. To me, maybe we just grew up spoiled and we had two dream teams back to back. 08 and 2012. 2016 wasn't that
Yeah,
much of a dream team, but
yeah,
oh
we
08
were
with like
spoiled for sure.
Darren Williams and Boozer and Bron and Kobe and McGrady. And, oh my God.
And in 2012, you had all them plus Anthony Davis,
Oh yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
James Harden,
Kyrie.
Russ. Man, like that was ridiculous.
Kyrie trying to call out Kobe in practice like the idiot that he is. Man, to me though, but like all across the board, I feel like this like might sound crazy, but this is what the US deserves. After all the fucked up shit that the US has done inside their country for the past 5 years since the Olympics, this is what they deserve, to be honest with you. This is kind of karma in a way, you know. Y'all let that one dude run the country for a minute, and the quote unquote strongest country in the world is the worst at handling a pandemic.
Facts, without a question, without a question.
So to me, this is what they deserve. I'm having fun watching them lose everything.
But the crazy part is they're not losing everything, though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, but at this point it's damn near everything. Like,
Like I did the well earlier today I was checking the medal counts
hmm
for each country. We actually have the most medals of all the countries right now.
really.
We do. So top five right now, USA got 9 golds, 8 silvers, and 8 bronze. So they lead by 25. China got second, 21. Japan, the home country, got 18, which is tied for third place. And then Great Britain and Italy. So like US is on a good track. It's just they not winning the sports they supposed to. Like the ones they've been winning in the past,
hmm
they've been getting swept out. So those are our guaranteed goals you're supposed to have. We missing out. So we might see that number go from being top to being bottom of the list or in the middle of the pack coming
hmm
into the Olympics.
Yeah, but honestly, to me, they're going to drop heavily in track. Just being a track guy, Jamaica is going to dominate on both sides.
Oh, without
Literally
a doubt.
dominate on both sides. Like Jamaican track is different. They are just different over there. Now, women's side, if Shakari Richardson, and if y'all want to know my opinion on Shakari Richardson, y'all can check out last episode. But Shakari Richardson, if she was running to me, it'll be a whole different ball game for women's track. Men's track, we've never been that great. Like we've never been that great at men's track. Like we've been like second, third, maybe a first here and there, but Jamaica always dominates that too.
Facts.
So
We peaked. What did we do? We peaked in 2012. That one race with U.S. versus Jamaica, we still came in
yes.
second place, and that was it on the men's side at least.
Yeah, so we'll see how the Olympics go, man. Hopefully next week we talking good about the US, and if we not, I really don't care. This is what they deserve. But speaking of action, NFL training camp. It's that time. It's that time. It's the best time of the year. I don't care what nobody says. I just walk my way through NBA season because it's there, but NFL is
It's like no other, man. It's just it's a great time. It's a great time.
it's ooh, getting emotional thinking about it.
Now, let me ask you, man, what's your favorite team, bro? Who your team? Who your guys?
My favorite team. Hmm. So, my current favorite team is the LA Chargers.
Sure.
And the reason is so my second favorite receiver in the league is Keenan Allen. I think
Shout
Keenan
out
Allen
Keenan
is the
Allen.
most underrated receiver and most underappreciated receiver in the league.
Facts, facts,
Completely
facts.
underappreciated. The best route runner in the league is Keenan Allen, but no one. I'll say he's tied with Devontae, but no one wants to admit that. Like when like these young kids think about receivers, they think about height, speed, and intangibles, which is very, very important. But the thing that a receiver is paid to do is catch and have crisp, beautiful routes. And Keenan Allen's production is the same every single year. So Keenan Allen's over there. I love Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is to me the best young quarterback in the league right now. Like, dude is incredible. Offensive rookie of the year last year, shattered all expectations for that they had for him last year. Mike Williams is over there. Um, Austin Eckler is the best receiving back in the league. Uh,
Stop the cap.
who's the
Stop the
who's the
cap.
best receiving back in the league?
We still got Christian McCaffrey. We still got Alvin Kamara. Stop the cap.
All right,
Stop the
I'll take
cap.
third best. I'll take third best on that one. I'll take third best. Okay. Um, and then you have on the other side of the ball, Joey Bosa
Freaking nature.
and
Freaking
Derwin
nature.
James and Chris Harris Jr. at corner and Chris Hayward. Like, yo, they are a very, very they're just exciting to watch. I think I actually I fell in love with the Chargers playing Madden this year. So I was in the online Madden franchise and it was only a few teams to pick from. I played with the Chargers. When I saw what they had, I'm like, why are not more people not talking about this team? So going into training camp, I feel like this year to me is the most wide open of who can win it all this year. Like this is the most I've felt like there's multiple teams that could go all the way. What do you think?
I think that I agree. I agree. Like you never know, especially on the AFC side. Like we just saw the Chiefs get bully balled by the Bucks in the Super Bowl. We thought the Chiefs were unstoppable. You
I didn't.
know,
I didn't.
you didn't.
I didn't.
You
As a as
didn't.
a as a as a football guy, all I kept saying was once the Chiefs run into a team that can stop them, they never had good defense. They just outscored everybody. Once they run into a team that can stop them, it's over for them. And what did they do in the Super Bowl? Ran into the number one defense in the league and got destroyed and got exposed.
I
While
mean, let's
Tom
cross
Brady
the
was throwing
bridge.
on a partially torn MCL.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy. But they look at the AFC like you still got the Ravens with Lamar Jackson, underrated QB. The Browns have
Is he ready to win though?
that we'll see that this year. I think that's the big question mark on Lamar. Like, is he ready to take that next step to being that supreme quarterback we all think he is? You got the Browns, man. You got the
Mhm.
Browns and Baker Mayfield. Is he ready to lead the team? Because they got Super Bowl hopes.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't even blame last year's loss on Baker. I gotta blame that
Not
damn
at all.
defense.
Not at
I gotta
all.
blame that. How do you let Chad Henne die for a first down? Chad Henne. How do you let Chad Henne come in the game? You had once Mahomes went down, Chiefs fans started leaving. They knew what the deal was, and y'all fumbled it. Y'all just fumbled your opportunity.
But they'll be back, and they'll be back with Odell. Will be back. The Browns even got the Bills still up there. They Josh Allen, who had better stats than Patrick Mahomes last year.
Mm-hmm. And
He's still in the
people don't
mix.
really know that.
They're still in the mix. Stephon Diggs is no slouch out there, receiver. You
Such
know,
beautiful routes.
so
Such
the AFC is just wide open, but the NFC a little bit more focused, except for you go out west, where you got the Seattle Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Rams. Man,
that
like that's a tough
that
division of
division is
football.
going to have the best divisional games all year. Like that division is gonna be so fun to watch.
Oh yeah, and I'm glued, man. You know me, and I'm from here, so you know I got a love for staff
Oh
to see
yeah,
him win, man.
I can't wait to see him win. But the big thing about training camp right now, three things. One is Zach Wilson and Trey Lance still haven't signed their contracts, and neither have reported for training camp. What do you think about these rookies kind of bully themselves into a better contract, even though neither of them are guaranteed? Well, Zach Wilson is, but Trey Lance is not guaranteed to start.
I don't understand where the this we haven't had this kind of problem in years. It's in years of rookie contracts since they changed the wage cap.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm confused that where it's coming from. But Zach Wilson, this is if you're a franchise quarterback, you got to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they drafted you second over Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones. They think they believe in you. They think you're great. You got to be there. You got to show one, you're a team player. You two got to take initiative on the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about it. You're supposed to be the leader. You got to show up. As for Trey Lance, that was confusing to me because even though he might not be the starter anyway, at some point they draft him third. You got to take over. They don't believe Jimmy G can get it done. You got to be there showing that you can get it done.
Yeah, no, I agree. But to me, I think he's trying to use that to his leverage. Like, hey, I'm your third overall pick. So you know what you got to do. You got to pay me no matter what. I'm your third overall pick. What you gonna do? Not sign me? Somebody else will. So I don't know. But speaking of quarterbacks, that
I know where it's going.
bad
I
man
know
is
where it's
back in
going. I
Green
know
Bay.
where it's going.
That bad man is back in Green Bay. That bad man. He back throwing Hail Marys on the Lions defense. He's back. Oh,
Jesus,
he's back.
Jesus,
He's back.
Jesus.
At first, like when I was first writing my notes for this show before Aaron Rodgers news got announced, I'm like, the NFC North is wide open. And then they said Aaron Rodgers is back in camp. I said, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's back on lockdown. What am I saying? It is back on lockdown. 12 is back. So what do you think about him making like a whole scene and then saying, "Oh, I'm back"?
I believe that was the plan all along. I believe that
Mm-hmm.
was the plan all along. I didn't think he wasn't not gonna play. I mean, he loves football,
Mm-hmm.
but I just think that how. But like, I'm gonna flip the question to you. How would you feel if you know you've been here, you've been giving it off to a franchise for years, you know, and they haven't supported you with any weapons. They haven't drafted a receiver in the first round the whole time he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 years, the year before you won MVP, you drafted a quarterback. You traded up and drafted a quarterback in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel as a star QB?
I do the same exact thing. But the thing people don't really realize is his deal, like the short term deal he signed for this year, also says he can go wherever he wants after this season, unrestricted. So that's why he really came back. If he comes back this year and has another MVP season, that raises his stock even more than it's already raised.
And like he's not one of those quarterbacks who I know he's up in age, but he doesn't get hurt that much.
Rodgers maybe got hurt like one time, bad.
Right. He doesn't even have 100 picks thrown in his career, and he has 40 touchdowns. Like you goat status, like he goes somewhere with a good offense and a good defense that can really help him out. Super Bowl, instant Super Bowl contenders. And then he convinced Devontae Adams to come back. Like those two, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of the Super Bowl, man, let's get these predictions in for the year. I'm gonna give y'all my predictions for each division, and then I'm not really gonna, I can't give a Super Bowl prediction yet. I can't. It's too wide open to call. Um, for the NFC East, I have Dallas. I have those Cowboys coming back with Dak and CD and Amari and Zeke and everything else they've added and doing some nice in a NFC East is like the worst division in the NFL history.
Absolute trash.
Every year, 8-8 wins or 7-9 wins the division.
Last year,
Um,
6-11 one. Or not
yeah,
6-11, 5-11 or something like six and
yeah,
nine, something weird one last year.
terrible last year. AFC East, the Bills, the Bills, the Patriots ain't coming back. Like maybe Mac Jones does something, but being realistic, Patriots not doing what they used to do. Um, NFC South is going to be no, I'm sorry, NFC South, the Buccaneers. Nobody's really touching the Buccaneers right now. And I keep telling people every year they want to doubt it, but as long as Tom Brady has a football in his hand, whatever team he's in is the favorite. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, everybody hates Tom Brady. Whatever team he's on, they're automatically the Super Bowl favorite.
Fun fact, fun fact. Here's the craziest part about all this stuff. I was looking at a bunch of Tom Brady facts. Everywhere Tom Brady resides, not only does his team win a title,
Yeah,
but the
I
teams
yeah,
around him win a title.
yes, yes. I saw that the other day. Yeah, yeah. He's a winner. He's a winner. Um, AFC South. I got the Titans winning the division again. Um, let me see. NFC North. We just talked about it. The Packers. AFC North. The Browns. I'm not confident in Lamar right now. I'm not confident in Lamar right now. And the Browns just have it going. And the Bengals still have a little ways to go. And the Steelers gotta get rid of Big Ben. Jesus H. Christ. God. That's Big Ben football is hard to watch at this point. It was exciting early in his career, but right now it's like it's brutal. It's better. But he always just finds a way to start winning towards the end and make the playoffs. You know, he does do that, but then in the playoffs, he just looks like if Peyton Manning was still playing football right now, that's what Big Ben looks like when he plays football. Just
Jeez, jeez.
very slow, very not reading the field. Um, and that team's old. That team is very old. Like they need to rebuild now. That team's old. Besides the receiving core, that team is old. There's no reason that Pouncey should still be the center if he is. Um, but moving on from destroying the Steelers, NFC West, the Rams. Stafford's gonna go over there winning the division. That is my bold prediction for that crazy ass division over there. And in the AFC West, it's gonna be the Chiefs. I mean, who else would it be? So, I mean, that's my predictions for the divisions, man. What you got?
So I'm gonna start at NFC East. I got the Washington football team.
Hmm.
I actually think the Washington football team is gonna be better than the Cowboys, only because Washington defense is solid.
Yeah, okay,
They don't come to play. They just signed Curtis Samuels to pair with Terry McLaurin. So like they got those two, and then they got Fitz Magic. How can you doubt Fitz Magic?
because I really think the luck's gonna run out. But hey, you know,
It never does. It never does. AFC East. This one's hard. Do I trust Josh Allen to repeat, or do I think the Miami Dolphins are ready? I think Miami's a sleeper team. I
hmm,
think I think that's going to be a tie. I think it's going to be two teams at 10-6 or two teams at 11-5.
Mm,
and it's going to be Miami and Buffalo.
okay, that's a bold prediction.
NFC South, we don't have to go too far. It's the Buccaneers. There's Drew Brees retiring. You know, Carolina's still trying to figure out what they're doing on their offense.
Yo, I don't even cut you off. Fun fact: when I was out of town, I met a girl that she works for football operations for the Saints, and she said she was like, "I think us not drafting a quarterback was the dumbest thing we could have done," and that's for someone that works inside the organization.
Yeah, maybe they trust Jameis or Taysom Hill or whoever they
Who the
feel.
hell would trust Jameis?
Hey, look, listen.
Don't
Hey, I
don't
don't know.
start. Don't start. Don't start
I
defending.
can't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to defend that. I don't even know. I don't know, bro. But for the AFC South, I'm gonna go with the Indianapolis Colts.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Not a bad choice.
The reason why, I got a reason. So
Mm-hmm.
you have the same team, same top 10 defense, same top 10 rushing attack, but you add Carson Wentz.
I forgot Wentz did come over there.
So you got Carson Wentz reunited with Frank Reich. And if for all those non-football foot fans or just casuals, Carson Wentz's best season happened when he was working with Coach Frank Reich. So I think
Okay.
good job, new regime there. I think the Colts take that division.
Okay. Okay.
NFC West, I'm gonna go 49ers. I, I think the 49ers with all the injuries they had last year to Bosa, to Armstead, to Jimmy G, to Kittle, they were still a solid competitive team with all those injuries. And now they have Jimmy G back, they have Kittle back, they have Bosa back, and now they can also use Trey Lance. Like they have all these weapons. I don't think they lose that division. I think the Rams losing Cam Akers for the season. Now they have a question mark at the running back.
Okay.
AFC West. It's pretty simple. Chiefs. Who's gonna be the Chiefs out there?
Right.
But I saved this one. I'm saving these two for last. The NFC North is Green Bay's division. It's a landslide. But I wanted to mention like if you've ever seen my Twitter or you ever see anything, I'm a giant Steelers fan. Always have
Mm-hmm.
been. Those are my guys. So to hear you trash the Steelers for a good little monologue was hilarious because everything you said was right. Everything you said was right. Big Ben gotta go.
Yeah.
Offensive line gotta get younger. They they gotta get better. They're old. The best player they got is T.J. Watt, but they gotta get better.
I
They got.
honestly I doubt they can even keep him if they don't do it right. Like he's gonna go somewhere if they don't do anything right.
I don't know. I just don't. For the first time in my life as a Steelers fan, I'm questioning if we even got enough to get 8 games. That's that's just the truth. But I think the division goes to the Browns for sure. They got the best rushing offense. They got Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, Odell, Jarvis. Like in their defense, Miles Garrett, like freaking nature. Denzel Ward if he's healthy, lockdown corner. Like they have the recipe to make. I think they make a Super Bowl run.
I agree.
I think they were one player. They were literally one Chad Henne dive away
Yes, from Super Bowl
from being in a
appearance.
Super Bowl.
I agree. I agree. So for me, I'm gonna say my sleeper players for the year. Right, players I think are gonna have breakout seasons this year. First and foremost, um, he kind of had a breakout season last year, but I feel like it'll be more of a bigger stage. I think Justin Herbert has a breakout season this year again.
Yeah, yeah.
Offensive rookie of the year last year, broke the NFL rookie passing record last year. They've built an offensive line around him in a big way. Um, I really think that things are gonna go well for him. But besides him, uh, Herbert. I think CD has a great season this year. Justin Jefferson comes back with a great season this year. DeAndre Swift, I think, is going to have a great season in Detroit this year. Um, I think Justin Fields is a great season too. I do think by week 2, week 3, Justin Fields takes the job and he has a great season in Chicago. Is that good news for Detroit? No, but it's good news for football. Um, and yeah, and I also want to shout out two people that's from the city in the NFL. Des Fitzpatrick is now a wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans. I got the opportunity to work out with Dez a few times. Really cool dude. Went to Louisville and is now a receiver for Tennessee Titans. I expect him to have. Honestly, I'm not even saying because I know the dude. Like he dominated in Louisville and will do great things in Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill. Um,
I met Dez. I met Dez back when we went to the same elementary school actually.
mhm,
He went to we grew up in Rochester, so we was there together for a little bit.
mhm.
And like I met him throughout middle school, stuff like that. He actually mossed my roommate at a 7-on-7. It was nasty.
Yeah. And a guy named Larry Hirschman. Um, Larry Oborum. I'm sorry, I said his middle name. But Larry grew up right next door to my auntie, and Larry is now the rookie left tackle for the Chicago Bears, and has had rave reviews by all Bears journalists and everything. So shout out to Larry, man. I expect Big Fella to have a great season. He did. He was the number one of the number one offensive lineman in the SEC, which is very very hard to do in that conference.
Super tough.
Very
Shout out
hard to
Larry.
do. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
Larry,
Larry,
man.
man. Go ball out in Chicago, bro.
Yeah,
Go,
shout out Larry.
yeah, go
Shout
block for
out
Justin
Dez.
Fields and go make the city proud.
Hey, to be honest, hey, I'm gonna just say this right now on camera. It's all we hear. Dez Fitzpatrick has the opportunity to become in that system now that they got Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, AJ Brown. Like you see those two names, like he might go crazy this year. He might
Yes,
be a sleeper to go
yeah,
crazy.
I was thinking that like Dez really, and also KJ Hamler in Denver has the opportunity to have a breakout season this year. He
Yeah,
got
for
hurt a lot
sure.
last year. KJ definitely has the opportunity to go crazy. Um, excuse me. So we about to move into the top 5 segment of the show. Top 5 artists, top 5 NBA players, and top 5 NFL players of all time. So I'll go first. I'll write off my top 5 artists. And I know I'm gonna get people in the comments like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? But that's fine. Number 1, Michael Jackson. Number 2, Mr. Stevie Wonder. Number 3, Mr. Kanye West. Number 4, Ray Charles. And number 5, Marvin Gaye. So I'm gonna pass it over to you, AP. What you got for your top 5 artists?
It's crazy because my list is similar. Like the number one, Michael Jackson, obviously. Two, Stevie did his thing. Stevie did his thing. Number three, when it comes to artistry and really putting together a full performance and like a full music, Quincy Jones.
I just see I thought about Quincy, but I don't consider Quincy an artist. I just consider Quincy a producer. So, I didn't put Quincy on the list. But yeah, I agree.
Understandable. You gotta put Whitney. You gotta put Whitney in your top five. Like it was just like I think Whitney was in an era of music where that feel and that being that talented was very very hard, and there was a
Hmm.
lot of people who could do things that like in that era where people today don't even do. Like there was so much talent, and to be in the toughest era of music to be number one for a
Hmm.
long stretch of period is just insane to me.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
And, and then we got Prince. You know, Prince easily rivals Mike. I think Mike's above Prince, obviously, but rivals Mike. So is that my five? That's five. Yeah, that's five.
Okay. Okay. So for the NBA, before I even say this, man, I want people to understand that NBA, NFL artists, no one will ever agree with you. So please don't be that person on Twitter that cusses people out because they don't agree with you. Like, don't be that person. Like, if you ask 10 different people who is the greatest artist of all time, you're gonna get 10 different answers. So don't be that guy or don't be that girl. NBA top all time. I have Michael at number 1. Like he is the blueprint, literally the blueprint. Like the blueprint. Need I say more? I didn't grow up in Michael's era, but I just know that everyone followed his path. Number two is Kobe Bryant because Kobe followed Michael's blueprint and perfected it and made it even better and did it better than Michael did. But you can't put him over Michael because Michael did it first. Um, Number three is the greatest athlete to ever play basketball, and that's LeBron James, the greatest physical specimen to ever play basketball at the level that he does for as long as he's done. Number four, Wilt. Come on now, that's pure domination, literally pure domination. I don't want to hear nothing else. Number five is Tim Duncan, and people are going to kill me for saying that one. But dude just got it. Like he just had it. Like he was perfect to me as a basketball player. Like literally sound fundamental old school basketball. So I'm gonna pass it over to you, AP.
So I don't have an order on my top five. I don't have it. I can't. I'll just. It would be bad. But I'm gonna say Bron. Bron. I think of Bron first. You think about a guy who on pace to finish his career with 35,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen that before. You've never seen that before. Obviously, you got to put Mike. Mike, another one of those cases where, like, you saw him just be great. Like, you saw him be great. Um, Kobe, man, Kobe. Hey, I actually grew up hating Kobe for the longest time, but like when you when you can take a step back from you, like your because I grew up in Pistons era when we had to play against Kobe and Shaq. Like, I didn't despise Kobe, but I despised him because he was good. I mean, you take someone's craft and you just like see the work they put into it and like how dominant they can be, which like it's insane. And he was insane to watch. I got Shaq.
Okay.
I think Shaq's one of the most dominant players to ever grace basketball. Like I think really if Shaq had any type of a jumper, like a mid jumper, not even three, just a midi, or at least could hit 70% of his free throws. Think how many he left 8,000 points at the line.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
changes a lot. And then number five, I think we got it from Magic Johnson.
Okay.
Magic is
I don't get the disrespect that Magic gets.
I don't get it either. But that was tough for me because five you could put a Kareem, you could have
Yeah.
put Kareem there, but I'm gonna go Magic. I don't have a point in there, but like it's Magic is the most dominant point guard of all time.
Okay.
Like the way he could move for the basketball, get his team involved and score. I mean, he's 6'9" was the point. Like that's efficient.
Okay. Good list. Now we're gonna move on to finally top five NFL players of all time. This is not by athleticism, guys. This is just by like how good these guys were. Like because my number one is nowhere near athletic, and that's Tom Brady. And I mean,
Tom Brady is number one.
after last year, it's unarguable. It's literally unarguable. They're like look at the hands, look at the rings, look at the accomplishments, look at the everywhere he goes. Just like LeBron, everywhere he goes. Number two, Barry, the greatest running back of all time, Mister
Facts.
Mister Electric himself. Number three, Mister Jerry Rice. I'm a receiver guy myself, so y'all know I was gonna throw a receiver in there somewhere. And why not throw the greatest receiver of all time up in there? Number four, the dude that changed O line, D line forever, Lawrence Taylor. Come on now. He literally is the reason why the left tackle is the highest paid player, is one of the highest paid players on the team in the league because of Lawrence Taylor. And number five, Mr. Primetime himself, Deion Sanders, the Mr. Flamboyant of them all. So, yeah, that's my top five. Off to you with your top five.
Same. Jerry.
Mhm.
And then you got Barry, Dion, LT. Now that five slot's really hard because you don't want to be because you kind of have to put a quarterback there.
Mhm.
But I'm not going. I don't want to, and I'm not going to. I will put at five Jim Brown.
He was my top five, and then he met with Donald Trump.
Now, he with what now?
He met with Donald Trump.
All right, Walter Payton can go in that spot. Walter
You know what?
Payton
You
can go
know,
in that spot.
guess
You
who
put
he
Walter
was
Payton.
right next to?
Who?
Kanye. Yeah, we don't like to talk about that era, but God, God, what dark times! What dark times we were living in 2018. Boy, oh boy. Um, oh man, I forgot to tell y'all, man. This is supposed to be the next topic. One of my favorite shows of all time is continuing after like 10 years of being off the air. Have you ever watched Dexter?
I actually have watched Dexter. I used to had this neighbor when they moved out. They sold me the whole collection of Dexter, so
I've
I have watched a little Dexter.
I'm on like season 4 right now. I always start and stop. I don't know what it is about Dexter that like after a while I'm like it's too much killing. I gotta take a break. Um, but Dexter is being revived, and this is like I think this is gonna set something off because if you ask anybody that's a fan of Dexter and they've watched the show all the way through, they say how they hate the ending of Dexter. And that's the one thing I continuously hear. I know what the ending is, so nobody can spoil it for me. Um, but now they're not rebooting the show; they're continuing it with the season 9 to finally rewrite and finish the correct ending. Do you like okay, so first of all, what do you think about that? Second of all, what shows would you like to see take the same route?
Dexter doing it is crazy. I would definitely be in tune to watch Dexter. If anyone's ever watched it, it's a roller coaster for sure. Um, but I got a lot of shows I think should redo. One first, Game of Thrones. Game
Well,
of
okay.
Thrones.
I was the one person that was not dissatisfied with the ending.
What? I'm not gonna spoil it. I just think
No,
season
no, no, no,
six
no,
of
no,
Game
no,
of
no, no,
Thrones is.
no. I finished. I'm not dissatisfied with the ending.
I'm out for the viewers. For the viewers, I'm not gonna spoil it for the viewers.
Okay, yeah.
You know, but I think that last season after episode three just went downhill.
Okay.
The episode three was pretty solid, and then it just went really downhill, and I was just not. I was not okay with that. House of Lies. I don't know if people watch House of Lies.
Mhm.
So House of Lies had Don Cheadle in it.
I've heard of
Um,
that. Yeah.
and it's a fantastic show. Got canceled, but I think I would hope to have that resurface. It tackled a lot of modern day issues that I feel like would help more in 2021 than it did when it got canceled in 2017, 2018.
Mhm.
So the other one, those are probably my top two that I feel like we should continue. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot The Wire.
I was
The
just gonna say
Wire.
that. I
The
was just about
Wire.
to say that. I was like, all right, he's not gonna say it. I'll say it, but definitely because I just finished it last month for the
Yeah,
first time.
crazy.
So I sat there and like the funniest thing was I'm watching the episode, right? And but when the title of the episode popped up, I'm like, I thought it said season finale. So I'll go through the whole episode and I'm like, why are they wrapping up so many storylines in a season finale? And I finish and I'm like, is that it? And it goes season 1, episode 1. I look back, it said series finale. I'm like, are you kidding me? It just felt like there was so much room for one more season.
It's crazy. It's that show is nuts. I would love to see that.
I
But
still
how do
think
you do that?
it's the best, it's the most best well done like drug show. Like to me, that is the bar was set by The Wire. Like
So where do you put? So no, seeing having seen The Wire, where do you put Breaking Bad or Power in that conversation? Like where do you put those in comparison to The Wire? Obviously, not anywhere near as good as The Wire. Not many
I
shows exist more better than The Wire.
I still haven't seen Breaking Bad, so I'm gonna hold off on that one. That's next on my list. But I'll say the three major. Let's say the three major ones. Say The Wire, Snowfall, and Power. We'll say
Oh, Yeah,
those are like the mainstream ones. The Wire is here, Power is here, and Snowfall is right here. There's one reason why we can't say Snowfall is better than either until it finishes.
true,
An
true.
ending is very important. I used to think it was Power and The Wire, and then and then Power ended the way it ended, and I was like, no, you the way you ended your show, you fucked it up for yourself. Power had so much momentum going to like the final two seasons, and then it just got so like sloppy and and jumbled and rushing
Rushed.
things and doing storylines for the sake of doing storylines and doing things just for the sake of doing things. So um Snowfall has been very consistent. I don't think Snowfall has missed yet in the season. Um I think the one mistake Snowfall made, and I don't think they really realized it, but having a scene in your first two episodes where, well, I can't remember which one, but where you have a male raping another male is going to turn so many viewers away. And I've seen so many people come back and be like, that scene is the reason I couldn't go out, get past that scene and watch Snowfall. And for me, even I couldn't get past it for a while. I got to that scene and couldn't watch. I stopped watching for a while and then went back to Snowfall and finished it. And that's season one, like first two episodes.
Yeah, that was power. It's powerful and triggering for a lot of those out there
Yeah, like for
who
people that's going through that type of thing, I haven't, but I know a lot of people that have, and they say the same thing. Like, I can't get past that scene. Like, I like they get why it's there, but at the same time, was it really needed? So but besides that, they haven't missed yet. They've done a great job. My only thing is, you've kind of written your main character into a box, like, and you know, they didn't write Ghost into a box. They just decided to kill him. Ghost could have easily moved on. Easily moved on.
yeah, I didn't understand
Easily
why
moved on.
I didn't get why the writers were like, if you're in the drug game, you either gotta die or go to jail. Why? Like why?
Ghost could have easily just had a political career and just moved on. I was very
And
pissed when he died.
if you're gonna kill Ghost, like you can push that down the road. You don't have to rush it like that. There's no point. There was no point in doing that.
And
I
there was
get you
no
want to
point in
do
the 5 episodes after that explaining who killed him.
yeah, like I didn't want to see him get shot 5 different times
Yeah.
at the beginning of every episode.
But
Like
yeah, to me, yeah, the Wire is above them all. And to think I said to people too, I was like, with the Wire, there was never one guy on top too long where you got tired of it. It was like Avon, and then it was Prop Joe for a minute, then it was Marlo. You know what I'm saying? Then you had like every character was so important. If it was the mayor, or if it was the councilman, or if it was the senator, or this person's mom and this person's dad, this teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids, and the whole season built around kids, and it was like everyone even the season with the dock workers, like even in that season, everyone was so important. Everyone had a reason, and it all tied together. So they did a beautiful job of that.
great storytelling. I don't think we'll ever see any storytelling like that ever again. I don't think like people
We'll
dedicate
never
to
see a
TV.
cast like that again.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that too. I was like, you don't see that collection of stars and some younger in their career making appearances and
15-year
cameos,
old Michael B. Jordan.
like young like that. Like you see years later and become these mega superstars.
Yeah, but mentioning Power, guys, have you watched Raising Kanan?
I have. I've seen the both the episodes that have premiered so far.
Okay, dope. We could talk about episode 2. What'd you think about episode 2 this week?
Um, episode two, I felt bad. I really felt bad for bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I really felt bad for bro because um, it's typical power fashion. You ever notice the one they focus on a character having extra lines and something's gonna happen to him,
Hmm.
you know. But it was necessary. I mean, you know how like if they set up a theme, got to get it back, got to get back in blood. So they needed a body. So it makes sense why it happened. Just hey, it had to be him.
I think like the thing I'm more excited about, most excited about is Kanan's slow turn into who he was as an adult is happening. And I think you can do this over 3 to 4 seasons because
Right.
raising none of the people I keep saying like, oh, is it one season? No, these spinoffs are multiple season spinoffs. They're not one and done's. So with Raising Kanan, just like when they took time to build how Franklin slowly but surely became a monster in Snowfall, slowly but surely Kanan's gonna become the monster that we came to know and love and power. And I can't. I feel like the thing that's gonna snap it is his mom's gonna get killed. Eventually, he's just gonna die and get killed.
And we know that already.
So when that happens, he's going to snap, and we're gonna get the Kanan that we saw in Power.
And the crazy part about Power, especially in episode 2, is you can kind of see the foundations of what his mom is teaching Kanan that you see when you get to Power and you see Ghost. Like Ghost took the things that they were building, like for example, having a business that had the business.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw that in Power when he had the laundry mats and then he had the club that he would,
Mm-hmm.
have the business with. You see stuff like that. Principles that obviously Kanan taught, Ghost, Tommy, and them. So I would love to see in about season 3, season 4, towards the end, you see like the development of Ghost.
I always
Yeah.
said, you let Raising Kanan finish, and then you write Power Book 5 as the Kanan Ghost and Tommy beginning story. You don't have to do it at Raising Kanan because Raising Kanan is all about how we got to there. So you add another book after Power Book 4, which is Tommy's story. Um, and you just let it fly from there.
I totally forgot. Is book 5 the beginning of Ghost? Like what he was?
So book 5 was supposed to be Tommy's story, and book 4 was supposed to be Tate, but they canceled Tate, which is smart because nobody cared. And book 4 became Tommy's story. Tommy's now in Chicago, running away from everything, and obviously he finds himself in trouble as usual. So that's coming early 2022, and they just said
Yeah,
Ghost is
yeah.
coming back in November. So that I can't wait for. But
I didn't want to watch. I did not want to watch Ghost. I didn't want to go to watch Ghost, but I actually watched it and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I told people, I was like, you guys gotta understand with Ghost, it's very hard because there's no foundation for a story yet. There wasn't a foundation for a story. When you killed your main character and you killed off all storylines, you had to rebuild from the ground up. So people kept saying, yeah, Ghost is moving slow. Yes, because they have to introduce like 15 new characters and new settings and new storylines and new people and new ideas. So once Ghost got to about episode 7 or 8, that's when things picked right up. And like like one thing that Power does, they when they repeat something, they repeat something on purpose. So when they kept repeating Tommy's name in the first episode, I said eventually Tommy's gonna show up. In episode 10, did you notice that the voice that said previously on Power was Tommy's?
Yeah,
A lot of people
yeah.
didn't, and I'm
That
like, that's
was
Tommy's voice. And they kept saying like the preview, Tommy Egan, Tommy Egan. I'm like, he's coming, and there he was. Power does things very, very intentionally. Always have.
I can't wait to see like what's the result of killing his professor. Like, what's that gonna be?
I don't know, but moving on to our last topic for today, guys. I just gotta get your opinion, man. What do you think about? I call it the Super Spreader Festival, but Rolling Loud this year.
Um, it looked lit. I really think it looked lit. Obviously, it looks lit, but it's kind of as fun as it is. It's kind of ignorant,
Mm-hmm.
especially because we're in. You got to kind of know like your country. We weren't the best at handling a pandemic. We got the CDC telling us different things every 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
and people are just not knowing and like spreading. Like there was an artist who tweeted out that, hey, I went there sick
Yeah,
and I got
yeah,
COVID, and now
yeah.
all of her team should get tested and all that stuff. Like that's
I
just
saw that.
insensitive to
Yeah.
people around you. And like I think people got to be more aware. Um, and like I know we want to get back to normal as quick as possible, but I think we also got to sacrifice a little bit to get things back to full normal.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to all the artists that perform. Shout out to everyone. I guess when they had a good time. At the end of the day, we're not out of the pandemic that they're trying to push. We're not. You know, the Delta variant has hospitals back packed again. So yeah, guys, please be safe. With this is just kind of just a my kind of way of signing off for you guys tonight. Please be safe. Please still mask up. Even if you don't believe in it, it's saving lives. So thank you guys for watching the Steve Moses Show. Thank you for sticking with me for 10 episodes straight. Thank you to AP for becoming new co-host, and we'll see where things go for the next 10, 20, 30 episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been the Steve Moses Show. Peace.